Welcome to the Explainer. In the next few minutes, we're going to take you from a casual AI user to, well, a strategic super agent. We are getting hands-on to really master the AI assistants that are changing, like, everything about how we work.
So let me ask you something. When you use an AI, is it just another tool for you, kind of like a calculator, or is it something more, like a strategic partner? Getting that mental shift right is the absolute key, and that's what we're going to dig into today.
All right, so the first big idea. Think of your AI as a co-pilot. Seriously, this isn't about barking orders at some machine. The real magic, the aha moment, happens when you stop giving commands and start having actual collaborative conversations.
Okay, so your first step on the path to mastery is realizing that, not all AIs are built the same. They have totally different strengths, even different personalities, if you will. And picking the right one for the right job, absolutely crucial.
So you can basically break down AI assistants into two main personalities. On one hand, you've got the multi-tool creative. Think of this one as your Swiss Army knife, perfect for brainstorming, writing something new, just generating ideas. But then on the other hand, you have the thoughtful researcher. This is more like a meticulous librarian, someone who's amazing at deep analysis. Knowing which one you need and when, that makes all the difference.
And another big choice you've got is the access tier. Look, the free entry-level versions, they're great for quick stuff, drafting a simple email. They're fast, but their memory is smaller, and yeah, they can make more logical mistakes. The paid versions, though, the performance tiers, that's where you get access to the really advanced models. We're talking superior reasoning, way more reliability, and a much, much bigger memory for those complex, mission-critical jobs.
Okay, so here's the thing. No matter which AI personality or tier you end up choosing, they all share a set of, well, fundamental superpowers. These are the core moves that you absolutely need to get down.
Let's start with writing and editing. And please, let's think way beyond just write an email. You can tell it, hey, review this text and make the tone more authoritative. You can use it to slice through complex jargon and make it simple, or translate between languages, or take a massive transcript and boil it down to the key points. It is an incredibly versatile editor.
So this is what most people do. Write a marketing post. See? It's a command, not a conversation. It's vague. And you know what you're going to get back? Something super generic and totally uninspired. Every time.
Okay, now look at this. What a difference, right? This is a pro-level prompt. It's collaborative. You're not just demanding an answer. You're inviting the AI to be a creative partner, a sparring partner. This back and forth, this interactive flow, that is where you unlock the real game-changing value.
Okay, to really level up your game, we've got to get into just a couple of technical ideas. Don't worry, it's easy. First up, tokens. Just think of them as the basic building blocks of language for an AI, kind of like atoms. An AI doesn't see words, it sees these little pieces of words. So, for context, about 750 words is roughly 1,000 tokens. Now, why should you care? Because every single interaction, back and forth, uses up these tokens. And there's always a limit.
And that leads us right into something called the context window. All that is, really, is the AI's short-term memory. The chairs in a room analogy is perfect. Imagine every piece of your conversation takes up a chair. Once all the chairs are full, to let someone new in, the AI has to kick someone out. It forgets the beginning of the conversation. So a bigger context window just means more chairs in the room. It can remember way more from longer chats or big documents.
So, how do we put all this together? Well, welcome to the Pro User Playbook. I'm serious, these 4 techniques are what will separate you from the average user and get you those truly elite-level results.
All right, here we go, 4 steps. First, give the AI a persona. Don't just ask a question, tell it who to be. For example, act as a world-class marketing expert. Second, you got to provide context. Explain the why behind your request, who it's for. Third, and this is a big one, iterate, don't restart. Keep refining the same conversation. Don't just start a new chat every time. And fourth, for those really big, complex tasks, use multi-step instructions. Break it down into smaller, manageable chunks.
But here's the thing. With all this incredible power comes a lot of responsibility. And this brings us to maybe the most important point of all. Your role in this whole process is changing. You're not just a user anymore. You are now the editor, the architect, and yeah, the ethicist who has to guide this unbelievably powerful tool.
Which of course leads to the big question. This co-pilot of yours, it's brilliant, no doubt. But can you always trust it to fly the plane by itself? The answer, let me be perfectly clear, is absolutely not. And here's why. It's because of something called an AI hallucination. See, these AIs are trained to be helpful, so helpful in fact, that sometimes they try a little too hard to please you. If they don't know an answer for sure, they will sometimes just confidently make one up. It will look completely real, but it's totally fabricated. And that brings us to the golden rule, the single most important rule for any pro user. And I can't stress this enough. Verify everything that matters. Never, ever take an AI-generated fact and drop it into a critical document, I'm talking legal, medical, financial, whatever, without checking it yourself against a real, reliable source. You are the final line of defense. You're the editor.
And you also have to be on the lookout for bias. I mean, the AI learns from the vastness of the internet. And the internet, well, it's full of biases, right? So as a pro, your job is to be that editor who can spot it. And you can actually use the AI to help you with this. Try prompting it with things like, provide 3 different perspectives on this issue. Or even better, check this draft for any unintentional bias. Turn the tool on itself.
So when you understand its personality, when you master the art of conversation, and when you step up and act as that responsible editor, you transform this thing from a simple tool into a true partner. Your co-pilot is ready to go. The only question left is, what are you and your co-pilot going to achieve together?